In Rampage, a game by Repos Productions, designed by Antoine Bauza and Ludovic LeBlanc, otherwise known as Terror in Meeple City, because of copyright reasons. In Rampage, you are a dinosaur, and you're moving around a city, walking about, knocking over buildings, eating stuff, meeples, teeth, using your power cards, all that, and you're just going about a city. I'm moving around, jumping on stuff. It's great, except you're not using a template or anything at all like that. You're kind of just flicking around the city from building to building and then hoping that you're going to be able to eat somebody. Each game of Rampage, you're going to be building a city where each building has 3 levels to them. Each level is going to have 4 meeples on them, and there's going to be a meeple just chilling up on the roof. Each player is also going to get a few cards. They're going to have a super secret power card that gives them an ability they can trigger once per game. They have a character card, which is going to indicate how many bonus points for their actions they're going to get, such as eating more of a particular colored meeple or getting more sets than everybody else. And you're also going to have a power card, which allows you to do things throughout the game in addition to your normal 4 actions. Your 4 actions cannot be more simple. You're going to be able to move, you're going to be able to demolish, and you're going to be able to throw cards. And last but not least, you're a dragon, dinosaur thing. So you're going to use your fire breath to knock shit over. To move, take your monster pawn off of your paws, and you're going to flick across the board. See? Simple as that. Second action, if you want to, and you are on the sidewalk of a building, as I am in this instance here, you stick your arm straight out, and you drop it. After you're done with that, put your pawn back on your paws there. Third action, throw a car. If you're in a colored neighborhood with a vehicle, you pick it up, you put it on top of you, you hold your piece straight, and you flick. Last but not least is the fire breath action, which in my opinion is the most disgusting part of this game. Because, yeah, sure, games are all about having fun and making people enjoy themselves, but when people have to breathe on my stuff, I'm not okay with that. Isn't it? You're going to blow it over. With your fire breath action, you're going to put your chin on top of your piece, and you're going to blow. As people are taking their turns and they're flicking around the board and they're dropping on stuff, making stuff fall over, pieces are going to leave the board. Importantly, if a meeple leaves the board, he then goes to the runaway meeple track. When each one of these fills up, the ability happens. So, like, for example, the person who fills in the 3rd meeple for this track loses a tooth, and somebody gets to move him to the next neighborhood. This side is for generic meeples that leave the board. This side, side B, is specific colors. If side B fills up, nothing happens, but if side A fills up, the generic side, the game is over, and then you tally up endgame scoring. After you take your 2 actions, you're going to chow down. And in this phase, you get to eat. You get to eat the number of things that are either meeples laying flat or floor tiles that don't have anything on top of them that are also knocked over, as long as the things you're eating are in the colored neighborhood that your pawn or paws are in, according to the number of teeth that you have left. Everybody starts the game with 6 teeth, 4 of which can be removed, and 2 are going to be there forever. It's a good way to ensure that no one's entirely out of the game. So in this case, Purple's going to be able to eat these 4 meeples here. So he takes them, puts them into his stomach behind his screen, and then the next player gets to go. One more thing before we go into endgame scoring. If you ever knock a player off of their paws, you get one of their teeth and it goes into your stomach as well. The game is over when the last floor is knocked off the board or eaten. At that point, you finish the round, make sure everybody's got an equal number of turns, then you get to look in your stomach and tally up points. You get points for each floor that you've eaten. You get points for each set of 6 different colored meeples. And you get points for those teeth as well. Also, if you're playing with the character cards, you also get points for whatever your character is. And if these symbols look a little bit foreign to you, basically, you've got 2 cheat sheets. You got one in the book, And you've got a little standalone sheet here as well for each of the players. So each side of the table can have a guide. After that, you tally up points to see who's the better monster, and then you got to put it away. And you don't want to put it away, because odds are if you're an adult or an irresponsible college kid like myself, you're probably drunk. Or you're a little child, and you want the parents to do it. Cleanup isn't actually all that difficult. Because at the end of the game, everybody's going to have their piles sorted out for easier counting at the end of the game. And at that point, it's just a matter of putting things in the bags and throwing them in the box. But there's a very high possibility that you're going to miss a few pieces. And that's fine, just make sure you scour every inch of your kitchen or game store or wherever it is that you're playing. And then you'll be good. So, what do we think of Rampage? Well, the amount of joy that you're going to get by flicking your little disc around the board and eating up meeples and throwing them into your stomach is absolutely amazing. This game captures the theme so incredibly well. It's astonishing. You legitimately feel like you're a monster terrorizing a little town. Plus, the theming doesn't just add that. You got themed on characters. You get the monster brute with a mom tattoo on his arm. You've got the token female with hearts in her eyes. Why? I don't know. We've got Godzilla, but he's not because he's got crazy eyes. I mean, you got the Shy Guy. I don't know. It doesn't matter because they reference so many other things that the weird little bits in the characters doesn't matter. Look, hey, they're playing another Repo game. You don't believe me? Well, how about this? We've got the bat signal right there. We've got a movie theater. It's cool. Cash and Guns right here. They're playing it. It's Meeple. It's a gamer city. It's cool. Plus, we got the bat signal. It's so cool. Each of these meeples, the different colors, have their own theming as well. The grays are the old people, the blue are the police officers, and it goes from there. Plus, you've even got your own theming for your characters. Who wants to be the James Bond dragon? Yeah, I want to be the James Bond dragon. Cards and Chit absolutely recommends Rampage for a whole host of reasons. First things first, it's not only a great game, it's a great game for everyone. It can be kids, it can be an adult, it can be a drunken frat boy. It doesn't matter. The amount of variability that you get in this little box is awesome. You can even take two games of Rampage or Terror in Meeple City, whichever version you're looking at, throw them together and work in teams of 2, so it can play up to 8 people. And yeah, sure, it might be for ages 8 and up, but you know what? We don't care. We don't care at all. Cards and Chit absolutely recommends Rampage or Terror in Meeple City for any game group or people, child, adults, retirement homes. Everyone is going to get some joy out of this. So this is going to be a pain in the butt to take care of later. Oh, and I bet that sounds great for the audio. It's too good. Alright, so is that all the bags and stuff? I don't need a bag. Who needs a bag? That's fine. We're good. I'm okay with this. I'll pawn it off on the next person. It's probably going to be me.